What's going on, guys? B Flatten here with kind of a different video today. This is going to be all on DLC 3 for Borderlands 3 Bounty and Blood. Now, if you have not played or seen Bounty of Blood DLC 3, this is going to be containing major spoilers about a main character, a boss fight, and things in between. So if you haven't played it or don't want to see spoilers, I would recommend clicking away now. So for this video, guys, we're going to be talking about the main character, Butcher Rose, the character that we see at the very beginning of the DLC, in the middle of the DLC, and at the very end. Butcher Rose is kind of like Captain Scarlet to me in the way that we introduce ourselves to her. We kind of align with her, she betrays us, and then we fight her at the end, and then at the very end we don't see her again. I have a lot of theories that have been roaming around my head just watching this and seeing multiple playthroughs of DLC 3, and here they are. So one of the very first things that we see is an opening cutscene where she shoots the sheriff. The opening cutscene, we get to see a lot of things from her. We get to see a tattoo on one of her arms, and we also get to see her gun glow, and she also changes her eye color to green. Now, this could mean several things to me. My first thing that I'm pointing towards is Siren, because, yeah, she doesn't have her tattoos glowing, and she doesn't have a tattoo to resemble a Siren, but maybe it's not even in a tattoo. Maybe it's not limited to just tattoos. Maybe it has something to do with her glowing gun, because her eyes and her gun are the exact same color when they change. This is a very monumental thing, and it speaks to me, and my head's been revolving around it the entire time. So she shoots the sheriff, and then we don't get to see her for the remainder of the DLC. Bits and pieces we do see her and hear from her, but we don't really get to see her until the very end of the DLC, which more things come up from here. So the way that she fights, I made a recording on how she fights, and I tried to include every single movement and skill that she has in here. And she kind of has like a shifting thing. She shifts in the boss fight, and it kind of reminds me of Lilith's action skill, Phase Walk, but it's a lot quicker and a lot faster, and you can see her the entire time. I want to say, like, a cool name for this could be like a Phase Shift, or not even Phase Shift, Phase Stride, actually. I think Phase Stride would sound a lot better. She kind of like teleports a little bit, but she's still visible and moving at the same time. It's kind of weird. You'll be able to see it in the clips that are coming up right away. Also at the very end, like I mentioned, she is not seen as dead. This is kind of aligning with how Captain Scarlet in the Captain Scarlet DLC was. She makes that little whistle sound. Some dust kicks up and she disappears, and that's the end of it. Then we fight Ruiner. So I feel like because of how they made this character like out to be, like the way that they gave her all these animations, the way that they made it very clear and obvious that she's not dead, because we just see the dust kick up and she disappears. I have a feeling that Gearbox is not done with this character just yet. There's a lot of character development that could be here. My thought is that she might be a playable character. Now, I know that Gearbox has made it very obvious that Borderlands 3 is not going to have playable characters. We've sat down before, and they've said they want to expand on skill trees rather than extra characters in this game itself. But this could be for Borderlands 4. We could see a Borderlands 4, or maybe potential in the Borderlands 3 Lifeline. We'll see a playable character somewhere down the road. But there is potential. I have said many times that a pre-sequel 2 would actually be really cool, featuring like Typhon DeLeon, Clay from Eden 6, and even more of a story on Troy Calypso. This could actually tie in with a pre-sequel 2 if my thoughts are correct. So just based on how the movements that we see that she has like a little spinning whip. She shoots her pistol from whenever she does her whip attack as well. I feel like this could be a really cool melee override skill, and we have seen that in the past before. A really cool melee override skill could be this whip. We talked about phase shift. We can use that for movement speed, and even movement speed for damage, like we see with Zane and even Amara with mindfulness. She has a Jacob's pistol that she drops called the Bloom, and I feel like we've seen this before as well, and we've seen it with Nisha before. A Jacob's tree or even a pistol tree would be really cool. Call it like High Noon or something like that. I feel like that could be having loads of potential there. And finally, a very significant thing about Butcher Rose here is at the very beginning of the DLC, she makes that whistle sound. At the very end of the DLC, she makes that whistle sound. Why not use this as a capstone? We could use this as a capstone, an augment, even something in a tree, so that she can call in the pet that she had there, because we see that she has multiple eggs there. She breeds them, she rides them. We could actually use this as a another form of having a pet. It sounds like it would be a really big combination of like Flack and Nisha from the pre-sequel combined into one character, and I feel like there's a lot of potential with Butcher Rose here. Finally, I think, once again, we're going to be seeing more from this character. I hope that we get to see Captain Scarlet at some point later on too, because we know Captain Scarlet's not dead. There's a lot of writing that still has yet to be around with this character, and I can't wait to see if Gearbox is going to jump and capitalize on it. If you have not played the Bounty of Blood, or if you have played it before, let me know what you think in the comments. It's a fantastic DLC, and I've been playing a lot of it recently. Even on the theory itself, if you have any other theories added onto this, or if there's anything that I've said that can be debunked easily, make sure to comment in there, and I will definitely keep up with you guys, because this character has my mind spinning around the amount of potentials that Butcher Rose can bring to us. Thank you all so much for watching and listening and tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to be most likely finding more things around Butcher Rose, and as I update and see more things with this character, I'm going to be updating them in the comments. We'll see you guys in the next video, guys. My name is B Flattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care, everybody.